and you can definitely get into a sort of okay.
I nearly given up on love when I met you. Nearly gave it up. Nearly given up on love when I met you. Nearly gave it up. Though on my hold it came out of nowhere. Hidden in plain sight.
Alright.
Was everything.
3, 2, 1, go. Hi!
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a real pleasure. How are you?
I'm good. You know, had a lovely journey up here. Saw some deer, some castles.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be beautiful,
I'm very good.
and I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing. And what are we drinking today? You told me, but I already forgot.
Today we are drinking Bolt from the Blue.
Oh my god.
It's
Beautiful. I love the
one
color.
of Innocence juice. I did not mean it to match my outfit.
But
or
it's
my
also
nails.
matching your nails, which is like, I think you did that on purpose.
I swear I didn't. It's delicious though. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do you like it?
I really like it. It
Okay,
has a
good.
nice, healthy flavor
Yes.
to it, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
It's the spirulina.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Who knows what that does?
It's very good.
but-
Okay. Okay, so welcome to Juice. Your artist name is Hyde, but you're Chelsea.
Mhm.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Your music is often described as the kind of emotive alt pop that could soundtrack your favorite coming-of-age indie film.
Mm-hmm.
And you create soothing electronic soundscapes with your soft velvet vocals. They can feel like you're reconnecting with a long-lost best friend. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's your bio
It
or...
is my bio.
It's your bio.
Yeah, that is my bio.
I
This
love
sounds
it.
familiar.
And I think it really describes your sound very well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
No,
I guess
seriously, it does.
That's what we were going for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
good.
sure. I think you have a quietly confident sound that purely gets to someone's feels when they listen to your music. And personally, it brings me closer with my emotions.
Yay! Oh, good.
No, I'm sorry to give you a lot of compliments here right now, but I've been listening
No,
to your
please, keep
music
going,
a lot
please.
for the past 2 weeks. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it does feel like a reconnection with a long lost best friend, and I feel good within me. Because I
Thank
feel
you.
like your music talks a lot about mental health and love and friendship and a lot of
Mhm.
things about the feelings of a human being, and it's nice to be more aware of them and more connected with them
Yeah.
sometimes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in my everyday life, I am the worst person when it comes to talking about my emotions. I just have such a block against it, and I really struggle to do it. Like, I go very, very inwards. So I think that's why, obviously, I love making the music, but it's kind of like one of those things where I have to do it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would just be the most pent up person that you've ever met, because all of these things are going on, but I can't get it out. So that's why all of my songs are about emotions and things that are going on in my personal life.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
very nice.
Yeah, therapeutic.
I was just gonna say, so writing music for you is like therapy.
Yes, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. What is it that you want to express with your music, though? And what do you want it to be about? And who do you think you want it to speak for?
I don't know if this sounds really bad, but I think I haven't really thought about what I want to express with it, because I mean, I never thought this was something that I would be doing as a career or job, I guess. So, as I said, it was so therapeutic that it was just for me. And I think when I'm writing, it still kind of is. So I think, yeah, I'm not trying to express anything on purpose. But I guess it just, like, when people talk to me about my music and they say that they get it or something, I guess that's what I love, is that they're all things that people can relate to. So I guess, yeah, I just want to reflect human emotion. Yeah.
It's basically what we said.
That
then.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what we said. Yeah.
No, I love that. It comes naturally to you, and you do it for yourself, and then it just speaks to other people, I guess, and
Yeah.
that makes them connect with you.
Well, that's been the biggest surprise, I think, that so many people are actually into it. I think with all these, like, imposter syndromes and all sorts of the mental health stuff that I write about, it is kind of mad that people listen to it and they're like, yeah, this is cool. Like, you just don't expect that at all. So I'm just, yeah, very grateful that people are finding themselves in the songs.
So when did your music journey start? How did you get into music?
So when I was a kid, I started playing piano. And I think it was when I was 14 that I kind of figured out I could play the songs that I liked listening to as opposed to just classical pieces. And then I started singing along with them. And it kind of just took off a little bit from there. It wasn't like I woke up one day and I was like, okay, I'm a musician now. It just sort of happened. So yeah, I think it was about when I was 14 that I started writing songs and singing and playing piano. And that was, my main way to communicate any feelings or anything. And at that time it was covers, so it was through other people's songs. Lots of Coldplay and things like that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I came to Brighton, studied songwriting, and I think after that I had like 2 years off, and then that's when Heights started. So I think I want to say 2017 the idea started, and then my first release was 2019. And yeah, that's been my life since then.
Amazing. And when did you reach the point where you were like, okay, I like this is what I want to do, it's music from now on?
I think I knew when I started singing and playing at the same time. I think that is when I knew that I wanted to do it full time, but I didn't know in what capacity. I didn't know what capacity I was capable of, or what kind of opportunities there were out there. Because I think everyone sees people on X Factor and stuff, and they dream of being on a stage in front of loads of people and things like that. And there were definitely those aspirations, but I think I was very naive to begin with. I didn't really know what was happening. And I think, it was only when I put my first single out that I kind of realized, like, oh, maybe I have something here. People are resonating with this. And then that's when I was like, let's do this.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what made you choose Heights as your artist name? Who is Heights? What is Heights?
Heights is my biggest fear. Like being in a high building, being on a plane. Heights in general is like my biggest phobia, and I'm scared of everything. So this is like the thing I'm most scared of. But I think it is a reflection of the fact that the things I feel I'm really scared of saying. So I think it's that sort of, everything is based in fear, basically, with all of my writing and things like that. So I think Heights just seemed appropriate, because it was like, well, I'm going to conquer that. I'll conquer the scary emotions or something.
And how's it going so far? Have you conquered any scary emotions through this project?
I think so. I'm definitely better at talking about things, especially when people are already listening to it and they can read what it's about. And I'm like, yes, let's talk about it. Let's do it. This is, this is how I'm feeling. So that bit is conquered. The Heights, not so much. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah. One
That's
day
great.
at a time.
Well, at least you've used it as your artist name, which
Yeah.
is something very smart to do. And it's cool. It sounds cool as an artist name.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thank you.
So how do you think the last 3 or 4 years of making music have changed your life so far? Because you released your first single in 2019.
Yeah.
So it's actually been 5 years. So how do you think this time has changed your life, and in what way?
I think in the same way that the writing process is therapeutic, I think putting myself out there to other people is therapeutic. Like, I'm a very, and always have been since at least being a teenager, a really self-depreciating person, and will always put something out but with an excuse. Like, it's not as good because of this or something like that. And I think I've definitely grown in confidence since putting music out, because you kind of just have to accept that this is who you are. If people can hear the lyrics and they kind of know who you are. And so I think I've definitely become more accepting of myself, more accepting of my emotions, and maybe a smidgen more confidence than I had before.
And I also wanted to ask you, what is the hardest thing you found about making music so far?
The hardest thing about making music,
either with songwriting or like production or like with the industry.
I think it's I think so the hardest thing I find with songwriting is if I have something that I want to say, but then I'm scared that the person will know it's about them, if you know what I mean. So there's that fine line where you have something, again, it comes into not being able to express my emotions, but it's that sort of thing where I have a really good line or something and I'm like, oh, but what if that's a little bit too close to the bone? But then that's a challenge, because then you've got to like use metaphors and all of these things and like snake your way around the point. So that can be hard in songwriting. I think writer's block is obviously a horrible thing and can be really, I don't know, detrimental to the mood and things like that. But overall, I love it. I'm having a really good time. There are also the times when you worry about what other people are going to say about things. But I think that's with anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when it comes to producing your music, you don't do it all by yourself anymore. But when you started, what was the most challenging thing you were finding as a producer, songwriter, singer, like doing everything on your own project?
I think believing that I could do it all myself was difficult. And you can definitely get into a sort of okay. What was the beginning of the sentence?
I don't know.
Okay. I think the hardest part was believing that I could do it all. And even to an extent now, like I look back at the first song and I can hear my fish tank in the background of the recording. Like that's how sort of lo-fi it was and how little I knew about what I was doing. Or I guess it was just because I didn't expect it to end up where it's ended up, I guess. And yeah, I guess that was the hardest thing about trying to do it all myself. And also not having anyone to bounce ideas off of. I feel like that's such an important thing in anything, like whether it's, I don't know, whatever you're working on. It's good to have a sounding board just to make sure that you're not crazy and this is a good idea, like that's that sort of thing. Yeah. When
you make music on your own, do you often go to your surroundings, friends, family, and ask them, oh, is this good? Like, does this sound okay? What do you think?
A choice amount of people. Still, in a way, my process is very much, I want to do as much of it myself as I can, because then I know it's me and I know that I'm not being influenced by anything else, because I do like those influences, but I like to get to a certain point where I can be like, okay, I know that's a height song because it's my sound palette or it's my vocals and I have the ideas and already, and then I like to open it up to collaborators and get opinions on things. But yeah, very choice people that I'll ask. Yeah.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you, because you've also done a lot of collaborations with DJs and other artists. And your most recent one was Astronaut with LO. I love it. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And very vulnerable as well. And I love the music video as well.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, how do you find working with other music creatives? And is the process very different to when you work on yourself? Maybe you find it easier to bounce ideas with someone else.
Yeah. So pretty much all of the collaborations that I've done so far have been the producers sending me the track. And so it's pretty much the instrumental idea is already there. So I find that a lot easier because it's not a blank canvas and you're already inspired by the sounds and the movement of the instrumentation and things like that. So yeah, it's not as daunting a process, I guess, because you don't have to find the inspiration. It's already there for you. And I honestly love it. I love writing on already made tracks. And that one that Lo sent me was, it came within like 20 minutes. It was like, I know what this song's about. And then, yeah, it just happened.
Wow. Beautiful. So you must enjoy the process a lot, working with someone else.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, so that was very remote. So he's based in Berlin. And I think he just DM'd me on Insta. And then, yeah, he sent me the instrumental. I sent him back verse and chorus. And then he sent me back a little bit more. And then it was just kind of back and forth. Yeah. And yeah, really, really enjoyed that process.
Cool. Do you have any other collaborations coming up that you can tell us a bit about?
there may be another one with
Okay.
Flo on the horizon.
Oh,
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
I'm excited. Cool. And as I said, your music talks a lot about mental health, and your latest single, I've Been Dreaming of You, it talks about battling depression and appreciating the good days when they come.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Do you ever struggle to release vulnerable emotions in your songwriting?
I think, as I've said, it's only if I'm getting a little bit too close to the bone. But I think my favourite thing in any sort of music, film, TV, whatever, it's the emotion. Like, that is the main thing that's important to me. And with my own songwriting, that is the main thing that I want to convey, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try not to struggle with getting too vulnerable, because I feel like that's where the good stuff is.
Yeah, absolutely. And how was it like making I've Been Dreaming of You? How did the idea come to you?
You know, I have no idea how it came to me. I think a lot of the time it just is there.
Mm-hmm.
For, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain the reason why it's there. It just turns up, and then it's almost like finding the meaning afterwards and being like, okay, now I see. And I think with that song, I started with the first verse and the chorus, and then it was kind of just, okay, I need to build out the narrative from there, I think. But it's, yeah, I think people would probably assume it's a love song because of how like happy and stuff it is, but I love that sort of bittersweet, euphoric,
Mm-hmm.
but also kind of depressing lyrics underneath it. I think it's a nice juxtaposition, but it's
Mm.
also hopeful. So
It is
Maybe-
hopeful,
yeah.
for sure. So you just started with some lyrics, and then you brought the music in, and then you
yeah,
realized that, oh yeah, this is what it's about.
yeah. So I think
Mm.
it started with the instrumentation and the beat. So it would just be a very like crude sounds, just doing like the dun dun, dun that. Oh my god, cut that. That.
Okay.
It just started with like the instrumentation that you hear in the intro,
Mm-hmm.
and then the beat, and then yeah, that's when the melody and lyrics just come. And I kind of do it instead of being like, okay, instrumentation first, lyrics, whatever. It's all just sort of one linear, like a linear process. Yeah,
Right.
all happens at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I love it, and it sounds beautiful,
Thank you.
for sure. Are you working on any other upcoming projects that we should know about? Any
Mhm.
singles, EPs? Please, you can say everything here.
Yes, there is another single coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it might be out now.
Oh my god, it's out.
It's out. It's out.
It's out.
It's
Yes,
out.
it's out.
It's called Swinging As I Go, and it is really fun. I really love it. It's like kind of bringing out my inner emo a little bit, some Avril Lavigne influence, and
Okay.
yeah, a guitar. I've not had a guitar in any of my songs, and there is at least 2 guitars on this song.
Wow.
Yeah, we're branching out. Yeah.
What made you pursue this different music direction on this one?
I don't know. I think it was, so this is when I was working with one of my collaborators, Sam Kleins.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the instrumental, and it was like, oh, we need that. We need to use that right now.
Mm.
And then it just built up into this song about empowerment, I think. And yeah, and then it goes to a bridge, which is like the most Avril Lavigne emo, noughties emo kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing you've ever heard. But it's different and it's fun.
I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
I love it. I think there's a new emo wave coming
For
out at
sure.
the moment,
Yeah.
and I would love to see your take on it. I
Mm.
think it's gonna be great.
Still a bit dreamy, but
Mhm.
and still a lot of reverb.
Nice.
Always.
Always.
So yeah, we'll see if it comes back in the future,
Okay.
but it's definitely here.
I think it's great to experiment with your sound anyway.
Mhm.
That's what keeps it interesting. That's what keeps you going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still young as an artist. I'm
Mhm.
definitely still young as an artist, and there is, yeah, so much time to evolve and grow and try these things out. So that's exciting.
Very exciting. One last question for
Mhm.
you. I like to ask this to all of my guests because I think it's interesting to hear what you guys have to say. What is something that brings you peace? Is it a place, a person, an activity, something?
What brings me peace? Chocolate, for sure.
Really?
Oh, big time.
Wow.
Serious chocolate addiction.
What's your favorite chocolate?
At the minute, it's cream eggs.
I actually have some cream eggs look right there for you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I saw them.
Did you? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's not why I said it though. That's not why I said it. It's because
Okay.
Easter chocolate is out at the minute.
Uh-huh.
So chocolate brings me peace. I meditate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I try and do it every day. Oh, is that Siri?
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Okay, doesn't go from I meditate.
You meditate a lot.
Yeah, I meditate a lot. I try and do it every day, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard to. So that in its nature brings peace. And reading as well. I love
Mhm.
reading, and I love cooking.
Mm.
Lots of things bring me peace. And running, and sunny days.
I love that. You have so many beautiful things that bring you peace.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and my bed.
And that's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
What about you? What brings you peace?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that. I'm supposed to be asking the question here.
It's the last one.
What brings me peace? Sunshine, nature in general, and cooking as well.
Cooking.
I love cooking. Yeah.
What do you? Sorry, now we're just having a conversation.
Oh, it's fine.
Sorry.
You're here for a conversation anyway. What do I
What do you cook?
cook? I cook a lot of pasta
Mm.
because I used to live with my Italian friend,
Mhm.
and she taught me carbonara, lasagna,
Oh my gosh.
bolognese. So good. But I'm Greek, so I also cook a lot of Greek cuisine. Like, I've never made a moussaka before. Do you know what a moussaka
Yeah.
is? Yeah.
With
I should
potato.
learn it. With potato,
Yeah.
aubergine, and courgette. But I do a different dish with aubergine and tomato sauce and feta on
Oh my
top.
god, that sounds amazing.
It's really good. Yeah.
I'm already feeling peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you do.
Just hearing
I'll make it
about
for you one day.
Yeah.
I'll bring you for dinner, and then we're gonna have
Please.
another interview.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be eating the aubergines.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
do
in.
that. That's
I'm
gonna be
in.
the next juice interview. It's gonna be come dine with me version.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
that's
do
a good
it.
idea. Great. What do you cook the most? What's your favorite dish to make?
I like making a dal. I like making
Mm.
soups. I've started making a really nice like winter minestrone soup that obviously I saw on Instagram.
What is a minestrone soup?
I don't know what a minestrone is,
Uh-huh.
but the one I make has potatoes, tomatoes, butter beans, kale, just like, warming,
Yeah. very
wholesome
warming.
stuff.
Nice.
Mhm.
I love it.
And shallots.
I love
I
salads.
love shallots.
Great. Okay, we should organize a dinner.
Yeah, we'll sort this
sometime.
out. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I think I've asked you everything I wanted to ask you. You have some very beautiful, interesting answers there. I love what your music is about. I love how you write your songs. And you definitely have a characteristic sound in your music, which
Cool,
is
thank you.
not easy to achieve as an
Mm.
artist, trust me. I also love it that you produce your music by yourself. And I just love heights. And I'm very happy that I got to talk with
Thank you so much.
I don't want to make you
Nat.
cry.
Thank you.
No, it's been a pleasure. And thanks for the juice. I
No,
love
thank you for the
colour
juice.
again. And yeah, I'm very excited to hear the new song. I'm very excited to hear that new music direction you're
Mhm.
heading towards, at least for this one. And do you have any upcoming shows?
I'll tell you about my headline show
Yeah.
that I have just announced
Okay.
at the Folklore Rooms in
Uh-huh.
Brighton in April, early April sometime. Can't remember I should know the date.
It's okay.
But yeah, gonna be a headline show for the new songs.
Mhm.
Celebrate.
Exciting.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, Nat.
Cheers again.
Cheers.
And best of luck with everything you do.
Thank you. You too.